The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hi children, welcome back to the history class. I think everyone is fine. Health should be given more importance in this particular situation and be happy. Now we have completed 4 chapters. Go through the lessons thoroughly and study well. Complete your work on time. If you have any doubt, clarify it with me. In the previous lesson, we learned about different administrative system of the medieval period in India. Today, we will begin a new lesson, Society and Economy in Medieval India. Read the report given in the first page of the new chapter. It refers to the economic importance of India in the medieval period. This is an observation made by Giovanni Serrari, an Italian traveler about India in the 17th century. From this, we can understand the wealth of medieval India. From this narration, it is evident that India was an important trade center in the medieval world. The prosperity of India resulted the agriculture progress attracted traders from different parts of the world. Let's see how India attained agricultural prosperity during the medieval period. Ibn Battuta, a traveler to India in the 14th century, has described the agricultural progress of India in his work Kitab al-Rihla. From this book, we can understand that there were 3 harvests in a year in India. Do you know the major crops of that period? Paddy, wheat, barley, sugarcane, cotton, oilseeds and indigo were the major crops. The rulers provided all facilities for agricultural progress. The Sultanate ruler Balban allotted the Doab region to farmers to extend cultivation. Do you know the Doab region? The region between the Ganga and Yamuna rivers. Firoz Shah Tughlaq sanctioned money in advance to the peasants for digging wells to facilitate irrigation. Canals were constructed to carry water from the Yamuna river to farmlands. As a result, agricultural products and wealth increased. Abul Fazl describes different varieties of paddy cultivated in Delhi and Bengal. In his famous book Ain-e-Akbari, he attests that 39 varieties of crops were cultivated in Agra. Maize brought from Spain and Africa became a major crop of Western India. Tomato, potato, chili, pineapple and papaya also became popular in India. Do you know how India attained agricultural progress? The advent of new tools and technology accelerated agricultural progress. The Persian wheel used for irrigation was important one among them. നമ്മൾക്കറിയാം ജലചക്രം ഇതൊക്കെ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് ജലചക്രമായിരുന്നു വെള്ളം പമ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിരുന്നത്. The lightweight plows with plowshare and sowing drill were used at that time. They were drawn by oxen. നമുക്കറിയാലോ കാളകളെ ഉപയോഗിച്ച് കലപ്പകൾ കൊണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ ട്രാക്ടർ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന സ്ഥലത്ത് അന്ന് കലപ്പ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടായിരുന്നു നിലം ഉഴുതുമറിച്ചിരുന്നത് കൃഷി ആവശ്യത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. Look at the table. Crops measures by rulers and equipments. These are the important crops of that period: paddy, wheat, sugarcane, barley, cotton, oil seeds and indigo. Measures by rulers: the Sultanate ruler Balban allotted the Wab region to farmers. Firoz Shah Tughlaq sanctioned money in advance to the peasants for digging wells to facilitate irrigation. Canals were constructed to carry water from the Yamuna to farmlands. These are the main equipments used at that time: Persian wheel, lightweight plows with plowshare and sowing drill. Everyone should write this in your file. In the previous lesson, we already discussed Chola administration. To ensure agriculture progress, the Chola kings adopted several measures. Let's see the factors that help the agriculture progress in South India. Water prosperity in river Kaveri, alluvial deposit of its distributaries, canals constructed for irrigation by the Chola kings, the measures taken by the Samidis that worked under the Sabhas, the body for village administration. These are the important factors that helped agriculture progress in South India. The basis of economic development in medieval India was not only in agricultural growth. Let's discuss other means the people of medieval India adopted for their livelihood. Yes, that is handiwork and handicraft. Several industries based on agricultural products developed at that time. For example, products like oil seeds, sugarcane, indigo and cotton led to the development of small-scale industries like edible oil industry, jaggery, weaving and dyeing industries. Weaving was the important among them. The use of charka, a domestic spinning wheel, was the key factor that facilitated the development of textile industry. It was in the 14th century that charka began to be used in India. Indians adopted this technology from the Chinese. With the advent of charka, the production of yarn increased by 6 times. Weaving also advanced along with spinning. The invention of loom brought tremendous changes in weaving. The technology for the production of silk from silkworms also spread widely during that period. It was Bengal that pioneered the production of silk in the 14th century. ആദ്യമായി സിൽക്ക് ഉൽപ്പാദിപ്പിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയത് ബംഗാളിലായിരുന്നു. The production of carpet and paper were the other major handicrafts of that period. There was a great demand for Indian carpets in the foreign market. In India, paper began to be used in the 13th century. Metallurgy and mining were the industries that flourished in this period. Those who were engaged in metallurgy mostly produced agriculture tools and war equipments. മെറ്റൽ കൊണ്ടുള്ള ആയുധങ്ങൾ കൂടുതലായി ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിരുന്നത് യുദ്ധോപകരണങ്ങളും കാർഷിക ആയുധങ്ങളുമായിരുന്നു കൂടുതലായും ഉപയോഗിച്ചിരുന്നത്. The production of horseshoe and iron stirrup made drastic changes in war technology. Copper and gems were mined from Rajasthan and Golconda. Salt production was another important occupation that thrived much in this period. Seashore, salt rocks and salt lakes were the major sources of salt. West Punjab and Sampar Lake in Rajasthan were the chief salt producing centers in India. These are the important industries developed at that time, depended on agriculture. Oil seeds, jaggery, weaving using charka and loom, dyeing, carpet making, paper and metallurgy. Metallurgy mainly agriculture tools and war equipments. And mining, copper and gems. Salt production from seashore, salt rocks and salt lakes. What we have discussed today? Agriculture prosperity of medieval India. major crops of medieval India, different tools used in agriculture sector, and handiwork and handicrafts. That's all for today. Go through the text well. If you have any doubt, clarify it with me. See you in the next class. Bye.